What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Adam Mentality World. I got my buddy here,
Hey guys.
Lorenzo the Third. We are going to talk about Survivor Series 2018. Instead of going through the whole film this, do the clips, edit it later, do all this stuff, we're going to go live right now. So hopefully if people start watching and pop up little comments. Let us know what you thought of the pay-per-view. If you're watching this later, also you can still let us know what you thought about the pay-per-view. But we're going to get into it. There was 8 matches. Overall, it was a decent pay-per-view.
It was alright. I give it a 6 out of 10.
I give it something like that too. So the first match, it had the tag teams. It was for the pre-show, the kickoff show, whatever they call it nowadays. We had a whole bunch of jobbers against a bunch of other jobbers, and we had the New Day and the Usos on SmackDown team. So there's a bunch of chaos. I said we were watching it, but there was so much stuff going on, and you're gonna realize this with a bunch of other matches. Like I don't remember who pinned who, but at the end,
It was actually the Revival and the Usos in the end. The Usos pinned the Revival.
yeah, listen, it was getting close. I thought the Revival might actually beat the Usos, but the Usos won. The SmackDowns we thought would get at least 1 point, but at the end we found out apparently the pre-show doesn't count.
Did not count.
Yeah, so SmackDown got a big goose egg. But that's the first match. It was all right. It's always cool when you see a bunch of wrestlers run around, but nothing too fancy right there.
Not at all, man.
Match number 2 was the women's, I guess, elimination tag team match. We had Team Raw.
They had a change.
Yeah, we had a change. Originally, it was Natalya, Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina, and Ruby Riott. But they took out Ruby Riott and Natalya, and they put in
Bayley and Sasha, which I was so happy because, originally they had, like you said, Natalya and Ruby Riott. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of them. I mean, Natalya's cool, but come on, you got to have Sasha or Bayley in the match.
but they got both.
They did.
I actually thought, like before the match started, that they were going to have them interfere or something, cost Raw the match. But that was the Raw side, and we had SmackDown side. We had Carmella, who he met yesterday. Well, you met Natalya too, but
Yep.
Naomi, he's off from a distance. Asuka, who was not Kairi Sane.
Mistaken them.
Yeah,
I suck.
this guy met Kairi Sane and called her Asuka.
She couldn't hear, and she said, "Okay, I'll take the picture anyway."
So it's not racist because even Asians can't tell Asians
See,
apart.
we all look alike.
He said it, not me. Sonya Deville, and then to be announced, and that became Mandy Rose, who's apparently probably going to get a good push because I said they're picking up where they dropped Eva Marie off.
New Eva Marie, except she has talent.
Yes.
Sorry, Eva.
Ooh, but there was one little thing in this match I noticed where they started to put some heat between Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. So don't be surprised if on SmackDown? If on SmackDown it shows them like, hey, why'd you tag yourself in or push me and all this other stuff. So you heard it here first. In the end, it came down to, let's say, once again, this is a cluster muff, and it's just a whole bunch of people pinning people and flips and kicks and whatever. So we lost track of whatever. But in the end, it came down to Nia Jax and Sasha Banks versus, was it Asuka?
Yeah, it was Asuka and...
Yeah, because Sasha was going to jump off the rope and land on Asuka, and then Nia comes up, pushes her off, because of course Nia doesn't like Sasha still, pushes her off. Then Asuka gets her in kind of like a rear naked choke, and then she taps out Sasha. So now it's just Nia Jax and Asuka. Nia Jax just comes up, drops her big fat butt on her. Boom! Does it again.
Face okay?
Boom! Does it again. Boom! Hashtag face breaker. And then she just pinned her there, right?
Yep.
So that was your second match. That was an alright match. Match number 3. This was the Intercontinental Champion Seth freaking Rollins versus the United States Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. There you go. He nailed it. Do it again. Get closer to the camera.
It's not because I'm Asian, just happened to do it.
Once again, he's saying it, not me. I'm not endorsing anything he says. He's free to do whatever he wants. This is America. So please don't send me hate mail.
Send it to me at Lorenzo the Third.
There you go. Just say I hate you and everything about you. But so match number 3 was Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke. Listen, going into this, I think we both knew that it was going to be at least a really good match because...
Yeah, it was fast-paced, and they did a good job. I mean, can't hate on the match, really.
Yes, but in the end, of course, Seth freaking Rollins wins because he's
Yes.
the man. Not Becky Lynch, the man, but he's the other man.
I thought he was the guy or the dude. No, he is the man, originally.
Was he? But let's see. So that match was over. I said nothing too crazy. This one's kind of weird because no titles really were supposed to change spots except for
The cruiserweight
the
title.
cruiserweight title, but we're not there yet.
Nope.
So all these matches are kind of like, it's just for bragging rights, which was also a pay-per-view back in the day. Match number 4, this was AOP versus
The Bar.
The Bar, who I'm actually in now, so
He
I
is.
feel bad that we lost. But nothing really too fancy here. They said the only really cool part was
Drake Maverick peeing his pants.
Cesaro and Sheamus getting around, and like Big Show, like, what's going on here? Are you really peeing your pants? But I would do the same thing, and I'm not a 4'9" midget like that guy. I just picked him up. It's the same difference.
For people, lives matter.
If you're not 5'5", it doesn't count.
I'll get him 5'6".
There you go.
Sorry, Kevin Nair, if you're watching this.
Yeah, I'm sure Kevin Hart's watching this. He's making movies and doing stuff like, hold on, wait, Adam Mentality was going live. Turn this.
Zoe's on too.
Yeah, that guy works for me. But so AOP ends up going over, which I guess makes sense because they're the newer guys. But I still like the Bar, even
Me too.
if I hadn't just met them yesterday. But whatever. Like I said, it was clearly just a show for Raw to go over. I don't know why, even though most of the fans love SmackDown more because of the story and everything like that. But you gotta keep Raw.
Too.
Yeah, 1 hour shorter. You get to take a less of a nap. Match number 5. This was once again the only one for a belt, and that was for, you can't see it over there, but the Cruiserweight Championship. We have Buddy Murphy, aka Mr. Alexa Bliss, versus Mustafa Ali. What do you think about it?
It was a pretty good match. You know, they were going back and forth. I mean, it could have stole the show because I know there are a lot of fans of 205 Live and, you know, Murphy from NXT, who I met yesterday. He was a pretty cool guy, but I'm glad he got the victory. I thought Mustafa Ali was going to win. But in the end, Murphy got the victory. And like I said, it's a cool match, but nothing too special for me.
Yeah, let's say everybody basically on NXT, 205 Live is really good with flips and stuff like that, but their storylines are missing a lot. But then again, I don't pay attention to 205 Live anyway now, so they might have decent storylines, but clearly Buddy Murphy was the bad guy, Mustafa Ali was the underdog and the little guy and the good guy. But good guys did not win out on this one.
Nope.
Match number 6, this was the men's, Survivor Series elimination match. We had Team Raw was Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, and Lashley, with Lio Rush in his corner too, versus SmackDown's The Miz, Shane, Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, and Jeff Hardy. Once again with this one.
We got somebody. How do you feel about Charlotte attacking Ronda?
I loved it.
It was awesome, I admit, and I hope they, you know, go at it again.
Yeah, listen, I don't know how they'll do it, but if they do have, I mean, as Ronda sticks around long enough, even though they're on separate brands, they can still cross paths. Even if it's 8 months from now, people will still be like, remember that time, whatever, you beat the heck out of me, like you had to cheat to finish the match, even though you didn't win, because Ronda technically won by disqualification.
And it looks like they're almost like bringing the Attitude Era in the women's division, because we had Becky first with all the blood, and we have Charlotte and Ronda blood. It was pretty badass for the women's division. I'm proud of them.
Yeah, there was a lot of blood going on with that one too. Let's see, it was all over Ronda's thing. Ronda had her Raw shirt was like a string and on the back, so they cut that thing up. But yeah, so this one, once again, we remember this one a little bit better because it was towards the end. So basically, Braun was the MVP of this match because
like last year.
He pinned Shane at the end. He pinned Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy. The only people to get pinned on the Raw side was Dolph Ziggler, and that was by Shane McMahon.
Yep.
Once again, Shane McMahon pinned Dolph Ziggler just like at the Crown Jewel.
And he's the greatest in the world.
He's the best in the world. He's the best in the world! Not CM Punk, though. But, and then Rey Mysterio pinned Finn Balor. But then, at the end, once again, like he was mentioning last year, like
it came down to
like
Shane and somebody else. I think it was
Miz.
Miz, yeah.
And Braun Strowman like was just chasing him. He beat the heck out of Miz.
Yeah.
And I said, I was like, are you seriously, like, they're gonna have Shane like beat like Bobby Lashley or anybody else? I'm like, really? But then they just had Braun just smash him, just because at this point the score was, we thought it was 3-1 for SmackDown. So I was like, all right, if there's 7 matches, they could still have SmackDown possibly win, because you could still win the next 3 and then SmackDown could win the whole Survivor Series thing. But as you said, this was clearly going to be a Raw show, and they said they didn't even count SmackDown's win for the SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, 6-0. But I said, I kept thinking like maybe somebody was going to come out and like help him, like Randy Orton or
AJ Styles missing. We don't know.
Yeah,
where
somebody
he's at.
come out like that, at least help SmackDown, but it's just SmackDown just got their butts whooped in this match and every match. Match number 7. This was Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion, versus Charlotte Flair, not the SmackDown Live Women's Champion, because of course Becky Lynch is champion. This is of course put on last minute because Nia Jax, aka hashtag Facebreaker, broke Becky Lynch's nose and messed her up. So listen, you covered this one a little bit. What do you think about the match? Because you're a big, he's a bigger Ronda fan than I am.
I like Charlotte too, though. She's one of my favorites. I like them both almost equally, but it was a great match. She had great chemistry, and then I didn't feel like, who's the heel here? I mean, is it Charlotte? Is it Ronda? But the crowd, you know, they were rooting for Charlotte because, you know, she took place of Becky Lynch.
The man.
But, and they went back and forth. They had like really good chemistry because, you know, Charlotte trained Ronda before she came in, and it looked like, you know, this was gonna be like it was probably gonna steal the show. I mean, obviously it did, but, you know, with people like saying like what happened afterwards. But during the match, I felt like, wow, this was a great pro wrestling match between these two women. They deserve it, and go a distance. And then Charlotte, it looked like she got hurt in the end. Like she was holding her arm, and then she got like a kendo stick and just started beating Ronda like a piñata, over and over. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's the one thing that drives me crazy about wrestling, is because you never know if they're actually hurt. Like we'll talk about with Daniel Bryan versus Brock. We didn't know if he was hurt the entire time or if he was faking it. We're just like, oh shoot, did they make this 30-minute match into a 5-minute match because Bryan just got beat up by Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
So like once again, like he was talking about Charlotte with her arm, she was kind of holding it weird because they rolled up like towards the rope at one point, and all it takes is you roll the wrong way and you mess up your shoulder. That's over. So that could have happened. We'll never know until the dirt sheets and stuff come out and they start talking about it.
It was a brutal beating. I gotta admit, it was pretty badass of Charlotte. I missed the heel Charlotte. I don't know about you guys. I mean, comment below what you guys think about that as well.
Yeah, listen, Charlotte pretty much is better as a heel because she has that name, and people are always going to think like, oh, you're only here because of your father, which is partially true, in my opinion. But like I said, she's one of the best ones, if not the best women wrestler in the world. But guaranteed, having Ric Flair as your father doesn't hurt, even if you have to live in his shadow. But all right, the main event: Brock Lesnar, the new Universal Champion, versus Daniel Bryan, the even newer WWE Champion. This match has been talked about for years, ever since Daniel Bryan got hurt and he had to retire because he's like, oh man, I want to fight Brock Lesnar and all these other people, and I do like this animal style thing. You even see when he came out down the Titantron, he kind of squatted down and kind of rolled around like a little caveman thingy.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Honestly, like, I thought it was going to be a good match because it's almost like a dream match that happened. Like, wow, they're actually doing this. I was not expecting this. And overall, like, I feel like I was with the crowd on this one where it was like the same thing over and over, just suplex after suplex. And it looked like Daniel Bryan got hurt. I was like, oh no, like he hit his head. And like, I thought he died for a second. Like, what happened? Like, and then, you know, he got up, he got another suplex, which was a better suplex because he didn't land on his head. And I kept saying, oh, he's cursed because, like, the last 2 times he had championships, he had to relinquish it. And I was like, oh, no, if he gets the title, he might get hurt again. But hopefully he did not get severely injured in this match. But it went not really back and forth because Daniel Bryan, he ran around for a while. And he had some moves. He had him in a submission lock. It looked like he was going to tap Brock Lesnar. He had, like, a purple face going on, but then he removed it. And you know, like, Brock Lesnar just picked it up and he F5'd him, and then what else?
He did a whole bunch of things, but in the end, he ended up F5'ing him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. To add to that, yeah, like, so when he first did that first German suplex and he just threw him, he landed, like, on his neck and his head, it looked like, and I'm like, oh, no, he just killed Daniel Bryan. He was just, like, laid up on the thing.
He looked dead.
Once again, you can't know from home unless if you actually see them throw up the X and say, hey, this guy's really hurt. You don't know if it's real or if it's fake. Or, I mean, he still could have been really concussed, but he's such a good wrestler that he is able to keep performing. But luckily they apparently with Daniel Bryan, they do the concussion checks on him all the time. Let's see.
Yeah.
I thought Spike Dudley was going to beat Brock Lesnar. Nah.
Oh, yeah, that was a good match back then.
What match do you think SmackDown should have won? I think SmackDown should have won Ronda versus Charlotte. No, SmackDown, I think the bar should be
definitely,
AOP. Yeah,
I agree.
That's the one. If I had to pick one, I said, and not just because I met them yesterday, but mostly because I met them yesterday.
I love Sheamus and Cesaro.
I do.
Though.
I love them too. I said, at first we were kind of when they first brought them together, when we fully made them come together. But in the end, I said, they're still fun. I said, follow them on Instagram. I said, I don't know if it's still on there yet, but Cesaro's making a video and Sheamus is making this goofy face, and their chemistry together is great.
Yeah,
I wish they had a show together, like a constant ride along of them just Cesaro saying stuff and annoying the heck out of Sheamus, and Sheamus just rolling his eyes and threatening to kick him and stuff. That would be awesome. I'd love to see that. I don't know if anybody who's responsible for that will ever see this video, but if you do, I'm rooting for it.
Do it.
Oh yeah, but back to Daniel Bryan and Brock. Yeah, listen, I thought Daniel Bryan was hurt really bad. I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, great. Because the match started at 7:08, and it's supposed to go theoretically till 8 o'clock. We're like, dude, we have 52 minutes to fill right here. Like, what are they going to do? And, like, he kept mentioning, like, and we both know, like, Brock doesn't do long matches. Brock versus Bryan and Cruiserweight were the best match. Yeah, those were good.
Yeah, like I said, the 205, like I said, like, they went, man, like, they almost stole the show for me.
And speaking of WWE matches, I told him, check out, if you haven't, the NXT War Games match. I don't even know much of those people. I know there's Adam Cole, baby, like, even though my name is Adam.
Adam Cole, baby!
And there was 4-on-4. That was a really good match. I highly recommend going back on the network and checking that one out. A lot of people flipping, and I don't know how they don't die. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah, Brock, I said, anyway, but Brock started out and he was winning the match, and I was like, oh, great, he's going to kill him. War Games was awesome, too. Yep,
Ooh,
there we go.
Too sweet.
And, what is it? But then Daniel Bryan actually got the offense or whatever, and he started, like, actually winning a little bit, and, like, what's his name? Because Brock tried to F5 him, and he ended up hitting the ref, and then they kind of did, like, the SmackDown thing where the ref gets knocked out for a little bit, and he's distracted, and then Daniel Bryan comes up, kicks Brock Lesnar right square in the nuts. Then does he just try to pin him?
Yeah, he tried to pin him.
He tried to pin him. I wasn't sure if that was that or the yes lock. But yeah, he tried to pin him, and then he kicked out, and then they went back and forth a little bit. And like he said, the yes lock that Daniel Bryan had on him, and like, oh, is he going to tap? You never know. I didn't think he was going to tap, but it's also easier for me to say now for sure since it's happened.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do it for once because they needed a face in this match. Like it looked like they're both just heels going in. Like, is AJ Styles going to appear? Is Braun gonna get his championship match?
Yeah, that's what we mentioned. Like we were saying, since it was such a long time, we're thinking like, ooh, maybe this match will end and Brock will be hurt, and then Stephanie's music will hit, and she'll say, hey, guess what, Braun? Guess what, Brock? Braun's here since he carried my division or my show to winning on their match. He's getting his match against you right now, and Brock's just injured because he was hopping around with one bad knee. So I was like, oh shoot, because they ended kind of on a bad note because people were like booing Brock Lesnar's performance because they didn't like what he's doing.
With her chanting.
Yeah, but people would definitely, I think, cheer if Braun came out and just power slammed Brock like 3 times and then pinned him 1, 2, 3 for the Universal Championship. But of course, we got the little Survivor Series logo in the bottom when Brock was going up, so I was like, that didn't happen. So that was kind of a bummer. But I'm still hoping that Braun will be champion one day. But also, I was telling him, maybe. Yeah, that could always happen. I said
go all the way to Mania.
Yeah, who knows? But I do want Brock Lesnar to be Universal Champion if and when he goes to UFC and fights Daniel Cormier or John Jones or whoever it is. But as we all know, that might not even happen. He might even go back to the UFC now that Roman's out. That was it. We had 2 people predicting, and the winner with a perfect score, I believe you won last month, my friend, is Mr. Josh Lane.
Congratulations!
Congratulations to you, sir. You are better at predicting than I am, and I have a YouTube channel. So
he's all right.
Yeah, I get about 50-50. So when we used to do the punishments, I'd get punished most of the time.
You can look those up on his YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, you're gonna see a grown man take eggs to the back or eat
disgusting. That was the best one.
Eat disgusting hot buffalo wings. You should check it out. But that's
4x4 shake. Oh god.
Oh god, that was something
Nightmare.
he had to do. He didn't go to Wendy's for like at least
6
months. Yeah. I was like, let's go to Wendy's. All right, I'll take that as a no. But yeah, that was it. Thank you, Lorenzo, for joining me.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
Tell them where they can find you on Instagram and stuff.
At Lorenzo the Third. It's LORENZOTHE, and then THIRD. So much.
Did you get all that? I
Runs
hope
of the
you did.
third. That's what it is. Just.
There you go. Check him out. He's got a bunch of stuff about Funkos. Tell him about what's your Zoku Pop?
Oh yeah, Zoku Pop videos. I do Funko Pop unboxing. It's a lot of like also WWE related stuff once in a while.
Yeah, I said this a-hole, we'll call him, got me really into Funko Pops. I said I had
It's
a couple.
fun, but don't do it.
I had a couple for you. It's like crack. It sounds fun, but don't do it. Yeah, that's it. Once
Thanks
again,
for joining us.
thank you everybody for watching the video. If you didn't watch it live, thank you.
Subscribe to this guy right here.
Subscribe to this guy. Subscribe to that guy. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Once again, I said, if you watched the live stream, thank you for all the people who commented. We tried to note, I guess.
Stay as long as we can and answer all the questions.
Yeah, answer all the questions. And if you have a question and you're watching this after, feel free to comment below. I said I will answer it in a timely manner. I said, like this video, comment below, subscribe, and until next time, peace.
Cool, man. Thanks for having me on here.